And I think one of the parts that's really unique to this CD is the fact that like we actually are creating it on our own. Like we have Sean who's engineering it and going, hey, you said you wanted to play this, so play it right. But all the parts, it's ours. Like we're doing it. We're the ones writing it. We're the ones putting it together. This album is really, really different from anything else we've released with Jesus Culture. Jesus Culture, the last two albums, they were done live. They were rehearsed for a week, then done live 2 or 3 times, and maybe a few overdubs. But they were like, that was it. That was like your whole album was done in basically 2 45-minute sets. Here's the album. And this one, it's like we just had a chance to sit down and write and actually process. For me, it was a chance to process a whole lot of language that I wanted to say anyway, but just didn't have the right music or the right amount of time.
This one is kind of capturing, I think, more of those tender moments that we had in places that didn't really get captured anywhere else, like when we would worship at this church in the middle of nowhere, and we'd have these like divine moments, and it's really worshipful, and a lot of people don't really associate us with that. And so I think this record really captivates those worship moments, because in all reality we really are a worship band. We really are. That's all we're here for. That's all we want to do. And I really just love the fact that it's a worship record. You got like Father's Song, which I don't know, that's the song I end up waking up every morning singing. So I'd say the worshipness of the record.
Overall, like the tone of the album's a little more calm than some of the previous albums, so I'm really excited about that, and just kind of giving a new flair and kind of maturing as a band to making what I feel is more mature songwriting and more mature musicianship and stuff like that, which is by far my favorite part.
I'm fascinated with the emotion of music, and I'm fascinated of how powerful it is and how it can move you. And like, I think soundtracks are something crazy because they really do set an atmosphere, and they set like they kind of invite you into this reality that whatever the composer is composing and writing, it draws people to feel the same thing that he's feeling.
I could say about a bunch of different stuff, but I think the Father's Song, if we're just talking about, hey, favorite song on the album, let's just say that, it's like the Father's Song that's on the album right now is by far my favorite. It really conveys, for me, the message that I want to carry, which is like, your daddy likes you, he loves you, wants to spend time with you, wants to be with you. He actually really enjoys your presence. And I think that's the message we're carrying, and that's the message I'm carrying. That's the message I want to preach. That's the message that I want the world to sing, is that core, that idea that I can hear the Father's Song singing over me. Like I can hear that. Like I don't just know it, I can hear it. I can actually hear the words that God actually likes me, loves me, enjoys me, finds pleasure in me. Even while I'm in my junk, he loves me, he delights in me, I'm the apple of his eye. All those things that are not just jargon, they're not just language, they're truth. And when it gets rooted inside the human spirit, it sets their lives on fire in a way that they can't ever look back. And for me, I hope that song becomes a placeholder in people's hearts for them to go, yeah, he really does like me.